and armed forces all over the globe. This broadcast is sponsored tonight by Parsons Pest Control. Do you have termites, water bugs, and roaches? Parsons will help you get rid of the termites and water bugs. You smoke the roaches. Back to you, son.
Hang on, I got somebody here with me. Hang on, stand by. This is Joey from Parsons Pest Control. We don't have a contract with you.
At that point, we will institute the Bums Rush.
Stay away from me now, or I'll spray you.
The current temperature is 72 degrees with 99% humidity. Today we had 0.22 inches of rain in the gauge. Current barometric pressure is 29.68 inches of mercury. The Japanese fleet has not lost a naval battle in over 2,000 years. That is about to change with the advent of air power.
The Japanese Navy hasn't lost a sea battle over 300 years. This battle will not be decided by sea power, but by air power. You gotta get them there somehow, right?
Well, your follow-up transmission sounded weak. Are you not exercising proper mic etiquette protocol? Are you like backing off from the grill?
I may have been, but I'm also watching your transmission drop to below +9.
Well, it's been known to happen. Let's roll over here and look at the watt meter. Stand by. Well, I am pleased to inform you that we're putting out 250 watts of carrier and modulating up to at least 4 times that and possibly more. The last time I checked this, we had significant forward modulation. So I would guesstimate that we're modulating up to the limit of the transmitter, which would be about 1,300 PEP. So anyway, as is normal for this transmitting configuration, we're listening to you tonight on the Collins 75A4, serial number 2325, serial number 2325. And again, as it was last night, the light on the weather display is blinking on modulation peaks. Fortunately, the blink rate is not too fast, or I might involuntarily go into flounder mode and start flapping around on the floor. Hit him with some atropine. Here, put a steel bar in his mouth. He broke it in half. You know, something like that. So anyway, such is the fate of those who cross the line with etiquette around the dinner table and get their spoons and forks mixed up with the salad fork and the dinner fork and the butter knife and the cutting knife and the assault knife to dispense with co-diners who violate the rules of dinner time etiquette.
Just to let you know, you're around 20 dB, not over, not tonight. You're hanging in there around 20. But let me see talking about, he said, atropine? Atropine? Oh. What do you did not use atropine? Oh. What did you use? Benzene.
Hey, your signal is now 20 over, and such is the life of a kulak prior to being shipped off to the gulag.
That first word of a what?
A kulak.
Kulak, which meant what? I know it's something Russian.
It's anybody that owns property of any sort. You've got a shovel, that means you were an oppressor. Off to gulag for you.
You have a a shovel, that means you were an oppressor.
Yeah, it was about that bad. I mean, if you had anything that indicated you were moderately successful, especially if you owned your own farm, you were an oppressor, and you had to be processed into the Gulag Archipelago. And I've read about a third of that, and I don't know. Well, anyway. There's a movie on Netflix that's actually kind of funny. If you can consider the topic material funny, they did attempt to make it funny. It's called The Death of Stalin. It's on Netflix.
I remember hearing about that, and I'm just making a note here on my calendar that I won't be coming in on Thursday because you're out of the equation for this, not this weekend, but next weekend. So I'm coming in. Lisa's on Friday, and then I'll go to Bill and Dean on Saturday. Yeah, okay. I already made the connection. Okay. So that'll be changed. And how am I doing now, son? How am I doing? Go ahead.
Well, you're still 20 over S9 on the Collins 75A4, serial number 2325er.
Got the video of the Collins. What was it though? What's the name of that? The 20. I can't talk. Of the Collins receiver that you have.
It is a 75A4.
Cranked up the Collins 30L1.
No, because I haven't been on sideband. I mean, you know, if I get on sideband with you someplace, then we'll turn on that. But since I'm not on sideband, there's no need to use it.
All right, you're topping out at about 30 over now. I mean, just to turn it on and run it a little bit, because it is kind of old, and kind of like if you got a car sitting, you crank them up every now and then, or any sort of equipment that has a motor on it. So, and in that case, you're dealing with electronics.
I appreciate the advice, son, and that's been given to a licensed professional electrical engineer in the state of Georgia with a license that has been maintained for 21 years. Yes, I do appreciate that, and I will keep that in mind. But, you know, I'm doing good. I can't talk. I'm doing good just to get on the radio. And that reminds me of the time in the blizzard. We were down there deep in the blizzard, and we were hunkering down trying to maintain our body temperatures while the wind howled outside and reduced temperatures to 100 degrees below zero. Yes, we were in the midst of a terrible storm there, and anyone who ventured outside would become lost and would be lost to the elements, would get disoriented because it was total blackout conditions. It was terrible. We lost Georgi, and you know, he had to go outside and go to the bathroom. Well, he never came back. We advised him to go inside our little mud hut there, which served as a shelter from the howling hurricane force winds outside, but he was too embarrassed to. So he went outside against all our implications to him, and we found him about a week later, 300 yards to the southwest, a frozen meat sickle. And that was the tale of that winter. Jimbo was over in the corner cranking the emergency the emergency generator on the radio transmitter. A Gibson girl, mind you, you'd held it between your knees and cranked the little lever, and it sent a little automatic SOS back and forth, back and forth. fortunately, in those strong winds, there was no way in Hades that a aircraft could even attempt to locate us. So he kept on going with that, and eventually we were rescued, and that's when we found Georgi's frozen meat-suckle body at that time. But not before the wolves had gotten a hold of him. There was a couple of bones protruding. Those are hungry little buggers, you know. It must have been because, you know, it was frozen, you know, rock solid, you know, and they managed to gnaw down, you know. Well, anyway, we won't get off into that.
Well, son, I'm glad you decided to take a breath. I was looking over here, just about to gnaw it out over here. You got to kind of shorten them down to under... Let's kind of say, let's hold it to a 30-second cap on the transmissions. What do you say, son?
That was actually out of a John Wayne movie. They were in an airplane and they crashed in the Arctic somewhere. And they had one of those Gibson girls that were cranking the lever on it. And it would send SOS automatically.
Okay, and that just supplied power. It was a little magneto, I guess it was. Supplied power to a transmitter that they had set up.
Yeah. It had a little built-in antenna. You'd pull the wire out and string it up on a tree, or if you were at sea, you would... it had a little hydrogen generator. You could send the balloon aloft. You throw the ground wire into the ocean. Don't remember the name of that movie. It was in black and white.
That's pretty cool. So you take the ground wire, put it in the ocean, and you send your wire aloft on a helium-filled balloon. That's a very good idea. Now, if you'd be out of luck if you didn't have the balloon or helium.
No, it was hydrogen. It all came in a kit. Look it up, Gibson Girl transmitter. No, it came in a kit. It had a box kite. If the helium didn't work, you had a box kite. It had a generator that made a chemical reaction, and it would fill the balloon with hydrogen. And that would go aloft in some versions. And then in other words, you had a box kite. Now, of course, for that to work, you'd have to have a little bit of wind going on. So, I wish I could remember the name of that John Wayne film.
Not sure, man. I'm not familiar with that one. I know I've never seen that before because I would know. That's a good thing, though. What the temperatures actually got down to, and this is KK4TVR, the temperatures actually got down to minus 100.
Yes, in my tale of Arctic desperation, it did get down to 100 degrees. It's just a tale, son. Didn't mean it actually happened. You know, the meat-sickle thing, 300 yards off. It don't mean it necessarily happened. I was telling you a little yarn there, pulling your leg, you know, pulling your leg a little bit.
A flag waver, son, a flag waver. Have you ever heard of OAN Network?
Yes, and I've also heard of Newsmax.
Yeah, I heard of that one too. I kind of just opened up OAN, but you know what? I've gotten to where I like looking at Town Hall.
I also recommend you go with Gateway Pundit.
I have Gateway Pundit. I have it on there, and I got Breitbart and Town Hall.